Down this one here. Probably the best.
Camera one.
Camera one, camera two. Camera one, camera two. Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Okay. Hello. Welcome back to Dictating Terms. My name is Nick Milligan. To my left, your right, is our resident psychologist, Joe Duffy. Joe, how are you?
Good. Greetings. How are you?
Very well. Very well. To my right, your left, is world-famous philosopher Mitch Power. How are you, Mitch?
Nick, Joe, how are you?
Mitch, good. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Everyone's good then. It's great to be back. We have lots more to talk about. It's, again, been a few weeks. A little bit of stuff's been happening in the world since we last spoke. I'm sure we'll cover the most important aspects. But one of the important things that's happened since the last episode is Mitch has a new tattoo. And we have covered your tattoos in the past on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about it, really.
Well, tell us what you got. What's the new tattoo?
Oh, well, just like the picture. And I've got a bit of a music theme running down my left arm. So I got the old blues musician Robert Johnson, a portrait of him, and just on the inside of my arm. So just sort of want to cover the rest of the arm in now, then I'll be done. But like Mum says, Mitchell, you're born with beautiful skin and you vandalised your body. You're a vandal. You're born with this beautiful skin. Why would you do that to yourself? She says, she always looks at, so what do you think with the new tattoo, Mum? She says, well, I can appreciate the talent that is needed to do it, which is pretty much says, like, you know.
Yeah.
So that's about as positive as you.
So he probably says that about rap artists as well.
Yeah.
I appreciate the talent, but...
Well, they haven't got any fucking talent, have they? These young fellas, anyway, the boys at work listen to it. I can't take to it.
So you wouldn't get a 50 Cent tattoo or something?
No, I just can't take to the music. I sort of still see a little bit of the skill in it, but they make a lot of money for doing very little, if you ask me.
Okay.
So anyway.
They're getting away with it. Someone's got to stop them. Yeah. But so Robert Johnson, is he the one that sold his soul?
Yeah,
sold his soul to the devil.
Yeah.
He's on the 27 Club.
Oh, yeah, right.
He is. Okay.
Yeah, they think he was poisoned. But we went to
the Crossroads
in
Oh, really?
Charlton?
Charlesville or Charles something.
We should know.
To research it.
It was an interesting area.
Clarksville?
Clarksville.
Or
Clarksville.
Clarkstown.
Oh, that's why I got the computer
here.
here.
It's Clark something.
But at the actual Crossroads, there's like a little tiny guitar on a pole, and there's like a takeaway chicken place, and
we
really
did we detoured a lot to get to that really shitty little landmark because it's a really poor area and quite sketchy looking, and it's just a weird place. It's not like you're going to a I don't know, Sydney Harbour Bridge where it's like quite like, look at it, wow, it's so fantastic. It's like, is that it? And that's like, is that even the bridge? Because that just looks like a...
Was anyone doing the same thing that you guys were doing?
Hard to tell.
Yeah, no, not obviously, no. We were, definitely stuck out like a sore thumb, let's put it that way. Clarksdale.
Mississippi, yeah.
Yeah. It was good to we went there. There's like a little bridge nearby. I think that's where he met the devil or something under the bridge or something. And
they reckon
kebab shop?
No. There was a service station which had a takeaway chicken place in it, and that was kind of it. It was
marinated chicken? Was it seasoned?
No, it was deep fried.
Deep fried.
Yeah.
Everything's deep fried in America, isn't it?
Sold his bowels to the devil after he's done at the old chicken shop across the road.
Sold his lower colon, yeah. It was no good after that. But so that was interesting. So Robert Johnson. So you were saying before the podcast, Mitch, that one of your colleagues had an opinion on you having famous men tattooed on you.
Not a colleague, a customer that I know pretty well out there, but he sort of accused me of he's changed towards me now because I've got a few portraits on my arm of men, and he seems to think that I'm homosexual. But I've never had a thought towards another man, like sexually.
So what was his reasoning for that? He said, you've got other men on your body, was what he said.
I just said, why did you put a picture of a man on your body? And then there was this weird silence, and I thought he was joking, but he was sort of serious, like questioning my sexuality. And like I said, I've never thought about being inside another man, or I've never No, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Outside
Oh,
only.
sorry, I shouldn't word it like that.
No, but that's probably the nicest way you could have worded it, actually.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway.
Did you say that to him? I've never thought about being inside another man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What did he say? Oh, well.
No, then I come
The tats say otherwise.
over to clear his table a few minutes later, and he goes, "I just don't get it." Like there was that this weird like seriousness about what he was saying. And
It
I
shook
was
him.
sort of waiting for him to say, "No, you're all right, Mitch." And I don't know. He was one of my mates. I thought, but
So,
he wants to think I'm, trying to gain entry into him. I don't know.
yeah, he's waiting to see if he appears on the arm next week.
Imagine that.
By the same token, though,
on your
say,
ass cheek, yeah.
if you got a photo of your child on your arm, would that make you a pedophile, according to him?
No.
Or
Oh.
like a dog, bestiality? Or is it just,
Yeah,
it's
well,
just
true.
men?
I sort of see where he's coming from. Like I got blokes on my arm. I mean,
But it's-
they're just, and it's just a music thing. It's just, I don't know. And I just like the pictures. There's, But I know what you're saying, Joe. But it's, I don't know why it's sexual with him. I just don't get it.
But they're not, ripped, shirtless men.
No.
To speak to some kind of stereotype.
No.
You
We've
know.
had a picture of David Hasselhoff running along a beach on the arm. That's going to look
It's an
sus,
obscure reference, isn't it? It's a real throwback.
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes, if you had Baywatch Hasselhoff, and
Yeah.
not Knight Rider Hasselhoff
No.
or something, that would be a little bit gay, perhaps, yeah.
Yeah,
But you've only got straight men on your arm, don't you?
yeah. The portraits are
You had to think then. 'Cause,
Yeah, yeah.
Cocker, Springsteen, Keith.
Cocker sounds gay, isn't it?
yeah. No, he's not. No.
So in his mind, to be straight, you need a tattoo of a voluptuous woman with her tits out and
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
I don't know
that
where
would
his
make you
head's
straight.
at.
Does this man have any tattoos himself?
No.
Okay,
No.
so
And he's just one from the old school thing. You got these for life, don't you? And so yeah.
yeah, was he there by himself?
Yeah. Oh, just me and him. I was behind the bar and he was just there. So
He was eating by himself.
he's getting a beer.
I think the beer by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he has only friends.
Oh no. Yeah. He was by himself that day. Yeah.
Okay, getting a bit of a picture of the guy.
Good bloke. Real good bloke.
Sounds
and,
Yeah, yep.
But I was just waiting for the moment he was going to say, "Oh no, you're right, Mitch. I'm just stirring you up." But that moment never came.
No.
Even a few minutes after me going back to the table, and then the question marks were still there.
Has it made you self-conscious
No, it made me think a bit about it. Yeah,
So he
about being inside another man?
Yeah, he thinks you're a homosexual now.
I think so. Yeah,
And now he's a little bit off put around you. You feel like it's changed the relationship somewhat.
I think he thinks I'm trying to gain entry, and I'm not.
Yeah. You might not be his type, perhaps. But, well, there you go. Some funny old people out there.
Well, you got to put a picture up of it, are we, boys? On the
Yes.
Yeah.
What
Might be
about
that.
photo? Because it's a nice tattoo. It's
Yeah.
there's only a handful of sort of photos of Robert Johnson, and it's sort of one of the famous
Yeah.
ones. Him walking along with his guitar. It's
Yeah. You like his music?
yeah,
The old Delta Blues?
it's
Best.
fantastic. Yeah, fantastic.
better than that rap stuff.
I'm sure he's been sampled a lot by Kanye and that stuff. Maybe that could be your entry into rap. I'm sure he has been sampled before.
We're using the word entry a lot today, aren't we?
We are, yeah. Well, I think you've used it about 5 times, but yeah,
You used it
it's
once,
good.
and I pulled you up
I
on it.
know, yeah, I know. All right, let's enter a new subject now. Joe, you got the jab, which is hard to get.
Unrelated to Mitch's story, I got the jab. I got the Pfizer.
Yep.
Through my work, I was able to get it, so I went in and got it, and it was fine. It was a very quick process. It was like,
Pain free.
yeah, it didn't hurt. I only got a little bit of like I could feel where it was, but it didn't like swell up or anything. I did have a bit of an upset stomach for a couple of days afterwards.
Yeah. Okay.
Was your arm sore as well?
No,
Or-
not really.
No.
No, it wasn't too bad.
And where did you sit down to get it? Or yeah,
Yeah, you sit down. Yeah, John Hunter. There's like a series of rooms you got to go into. You check in, and then you go and wait in one spot. Then they take you another spot to wait in that spot. Then you go and stand and wait. Then you go and sit down. Then you go and wait till you can leave.
It's fucked. They put the suspense on. Just walk in, get the jab, and that, you don't have to think about it. You know.
Well, it was better than the swab.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
less invasive, and yeah, you saw some strange people there, but
Did you have any
You see
question
them
marks
everywhere.
about getting it? Or-
No, not really. No, I was pretty enthusiastic to get it just because, well, I don't know. I don't want to get the COVID, but
We don't get the COVID. You're sort of part of an exclusive club now, you know.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being
I've
able
got the jab.
I can go places that other people can't go,
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
which hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
It may not happen. You got some apprehension about it, Mitch?
Oh, no, I just worry about these things. That I feel like sometimes if something's rushed to get through, I think, well, what shortcuts have they taken? That's mainly, but I was sceptical until the other day, but I thought that I saw that party of 30 at Bondi and 24 people got COVID at that party, and the 6 people that didn't get it were people that had the jab.
Really?
And that was just said to me, like, okay, this shit works.
That's,
you know?
that's
Like
the only
that-
test you need, really.
Yeah, I don't know if the media made it up or not, but they're probably not.
I've heard the same thing. I think
I
it's
just
true.
think that sold me. I was done. But I think the media's got a lot to answer for with the scaremongering that they do, with the blood clots and that, like the percentage that people, Joe will probably drop on the set in a minute, but
Well, I had the Pfizer, not the AstraZeneca.
Oh,
but
that's
yeah,
right. You're right
Yeah.
there.
The Pfizer's the safer one, isn't it?
I just got the
Yeah.
diarrhea. But
okay.
so you got the one that's meant to be for over 60s.
yeah, I got
Oh,
well, that's for everyone, but
is it? But
Pfizer's for everyone.
AstraZeneca's been, well, now they're saying you can get it if you really want it, but
yeah.
yeah.
I think Morrison came out and said it's totally fine. Go do Joe.
I mean, the thing with AstraZeneca, it's like there have been a few million doses or something, and there's only been a few blood clots. But every time there is one, it's going to get reported. So they don't report every time someone gets a vaccine. But
No, well, they
that's
don't
always
let
gonna-
you know the underlying issues of those people that did get the blood clots,
Yeah, and I think that's probably a bit of the fear in some people is that they probably don't know what underlying health issues they have.
No, that's
So
true.
like, well, what if I clot up?
That's true. Yeah, am I susceptible to a clot?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't been looking after myself lately. I've been this
Yeah,
sort
I'm-
of isolation.
On the durries and haven't been running and yeah.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. Yep. Got a story about that or?
Oh, no.
There was a story that I wanted you to tell, but you weren't keen. We should say it doesn't actually involve cocaine, like in a literal sense.
No, but it makes me sound like a bloody idiot. But
No, nothing could.
so to have a bit of time away, like from life, I got a little tennis game that I play on my phone. I enjoy playing the tennis game,
What's it called?
Tennis Clash.
Tennis Clash.
Really good, and just I don't know. And I carry a little bag of flour around with me. Because it's going to sound like a
No.
fucking nerd, but
No.
the flour, when you dip your thumb into the flour, makes the traction better on the screen. So you can, when you flick the serve or the forehand, backhand, you can get more speed.
Okay.
And then an old friend that she thought it was cocaine, and on my phone,
Yeah.
and she
Some
sort
people
of-
do rack cocaine off their phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
and she sort of racked it up and. She was sneezing for half an hour, and I sort of told her, I did her a solid, and that one's on me, but that was flour.
Yeah.
And then she said, oh, it's got me sneezing this. And
What have you cut this with?
so, yeah.
Self-raising.
Yeah. So she doesn't have a gluten intolerance or anything. She's not going to
I don't know.
cause issues later further down the line.
I would have thought the flour would have the opposite effect to it would give you more grip, wouldn't
think-
it? Rather than smoother. Like,
Oh, yeah, but
I mean, if you're getting sweaty with
someone's
your
got
thumb,
stick to
I
the
think-
screen a bit.
Okay.
And just a little bit. You got to be careful. You got to put it on and then make sure it's like a really smooth. You can't have clumps of.
No.
Is clump a word?
yes,
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
How would you put that into a sentence?
Can't have a clump
she
of...
snorted a clump of self-raising flour.
All right. And so the flour is sort of, it gives you the traction.
Yeah. Is it cheating?
Oh, yeah. What are the rules?
It's enhancing.
Yeah, because I know
Performance
it's like
enhancing.
it's similar to weightlifting because they'll
gonna say they-
powder up on that. And
Yep.
you see in the NRL they spray that sticky spray that sort of makes the
Yeah,
ball
stick-
stick a bit. So I guess
Don't bring up the weightlifting, Joe. You know where that's going to lead to.
yeah.
No, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go
Yeah,
there on
yeah.
this episode.
Next, we do that in the Olympics edition. Do you agree, Joe?
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, so it depends if is it against the rules? I don't know.
Well, there's no rules. What is there a bloke peering in the doors of all the houses over Australia to see if people are cheating on Tennis Clash?
They can probably access your phone. Sorry, your camera on your phone. They can probably be looking at you. And
don't know.
if it's a little bit got a powdery kind of look to it, then we'll be like, this guy's. We're
It's
taking,
not much
Yeah.
of an enhancement, but it does help. I feel like now I can't play without flour. Oh, it's come to that point.
Does it cause issues for the phone in other areas? Like, does it get into things?
Yeah,
Like, I
it
feel like it
must-
would get in the little crevices up the side.
Anything for the W, Joe. Anything for the 2 points.
Yeah.
The boys played well.
Is there any like banter or anything you can do on the app where you can talk to the people you're playing?
They've got little emojis that you send, like
Is there a
the
flower
laughing
emoji?
one or the
Okay, so you are playing against other human beings.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
yeah. It's not just
What's your name? Like Mitch Flower? Is it you go by on there?
That's a good call, Joe. Yeah, self-raising.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. I mean,
well,
it's
yeah.
a weird thing, but
I'll tell you
Aren't
something
they
I
all?
don't like, and you boys are guilty of it, right?
Oh god.
And
Being
I
handsome.
haven't mentioned this to you before.
Oh, okay.
I don't like the thumb up emoji. When you write something down, you just get the thumb up. Like, I hate it.
Do you mean in our group chat for the
Yeah.
podcast?
I don't like it.
Just like a simple.
Nah, I feel like it's dismissive emoji.
I don't like messages at fucking 5:30 a.m.
Who does that? Oh, do I do that?
Oh my god.
You do, yeah.
Yeah,
Do I?
loves an early message.
Yeah.
But I thought you might have the
He's an early riser, though. He's,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought you might have
Self-raising.
the I thought you might have the silent thing on. Because
No.
I send all my messages at that
Oh,
time
no.
to everybody.
Oh, yeah, mine's. I don't hear a sound. Yeah. Do you
I mean,
hear a
I
sound?
don't often wake up, but it's still it's the principle of the thing.
Sorry, Joe.
So I send a thumbs up, passive aggressively.
So that's how it is designed.
Yeah.
I love
Well,
the-
it's just easy sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't require
Oh yeah.
a response. It's an acknowledgement.
I love the fact that on your.
Oh yeah. I know. It's yeah. Is that a fair call? The thumb up? Is it a bit of a dismissive?
No,
emoji?
it's just. But I
Or
use it
am
when
I
there's just,
overthinking things?
when there's nothing else to say. It's just like a way of going. Roger that.
Ah, okay.
Bang.
I'm
you know,
overthinking it.
Over and out.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
What if that thumb had a bit of flour on it?
There's a new emoji there.
Little white.
Yeah. The old cocaine fingernail, but
Yeah.
Anyway,
Flower
it doesn't
thumb.
matter. Continue with the thumbs, boys. I just thought I'd let you know how I feel about it.
Well, now it's going to have an all. Now I use it. When I use it, it's going to have a whole new meaning.
You're going to always do it now just to piss me off.
You'd be like, "Oh, what are you up to this Arvo? Nick, do you want to hang out?" I was like, "Thumbs up,
Thumbs up.
just thumbs up, buddy." I like the fact on Facebook. I was thinking about this the other day that we take them for granted now, but they brought in that range of emojis. I think originally it was just you could just go to like something. Now there's like a smiley face, love heart, the caring, care. There's the heart or whatever. Like I love this. But do you ever use the laughing face anything other than antagonism?
no, not really. And I find that on a Facebook, I find the laughing emoji the most like basic bitch way of disagreeing with something. Like you see all these people that just laugh at you, like, oh, that's just so come on.
I do it a little bit when I kind of don't want to
Depends what it is.
engage. Like I'm like, it's a stupid opinion, so I'll just give you the. I'm just going to laugh at you and not offer anything. I don't want to get engaged
I'd
in a
rather the
conversation.
angry one than the laughing
Would you?
one. Yeah.
It doesn't bother me as much if it's like an actual conversation that's happening on there, but if it's just like a post by something that's, especially like
Sure.
football or something where it's like, oh, this person's looking to have a good year, and it's like laughing,
Sure.
because they're so fucking.
No, I would do it mostly on like a stupid comment to mock a person.
yeah,
I don't think I've ever used it the way it was intended. It's always sarcastic.
I've done it a couple of times, but that's because I can't. A thumbs up doesn't feel like it really covers it.
Yeah.
I'm acknowledging the humour in it.
See, I don't mind it in that way, the thumbs up, if you like something on Facebook.
Yeah, sure.
It's just in more of than the messenger ones when we're in a conversation.
What about how you can, how you got the thumbs up or the actual, not the Facebook ones, but the it's like iPhone and stuff, and you can actually select the skin tone of the.
Sure. Yeah.
Have you selected your skin tone?
I don't really use it like that often because I think in our group chat it's the default, like
Thumbs up.
yeah, it's a default.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I have like I certainly wouldn't ever pick say a darker skinned thumb. 'Cause
No.
that would be.
But it sort of defeats the purpose of just the quick reaction when you got to set the colour. But
Yeah,
you got to be
pick it.
careful because I know
If you pick the wrong one.
Well, if you do say you're trying to be like, yeah, but you make it too white. It's like the white power kind of white flower type thing. You just got to,
yes, you want a little bit of a tan to
be
your
careful.
emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more in
and
between.
you can get called out if you're too brown. Like if you, because in summer I tan up, but I can't.
Well, it'd be the same
It's a
if I
fine
did
line.
the black kind of fist in the air. It'd be like I was sort of mocking was those guys that sort of took the knee, the Olympians and
Oh yeah,
that kind of thing. So it wouldn't really be
Black
appropriate. The Black Panther, yeah. So there's a lot of politics around the emojis, clearly. But we can change the default, Mitch. We can change it to the beers cheersing one, like cheers. That might be more appropriate.
No, I get self-conscious about that.
Nah, I don't mind the thumbs up. I just sort of, I sort of let you know how I felt about it.
Yeah, that's okay. Well, I'm glad you brought
And I
it up,
know
Mitch.
it's not intentional for you boys, but
No, I'd hate to think that you were feeling demoralised by our choice of emoji, which is really just a very, very simple kind of neat way.
I think I've overthought this way too much.
You might have. You might have.
And I apologise for that.
That's all right, Mitch.
Love heart emoji.
Care emoji.
Yeah, care.
Care emoji. I mean, people start using that ironically too, I imagine. Yeah.
The grateful one only comes out sometimes, isn't it?
Grateful.
Isn't it like a grateful one? You're grateful for something. It's like a flower or something.
Purple flower.
Yeah.
It comes out like once a year or something. I think, yeah. But Mitch, you wanted to talk about the mice plague. You had some thoughts on the mice plague, which isn't getting much coverage down here, but basically mice have taken over the country, really, and now
They're
running Australia.
They're in a hell of a state out west. There's just the mice are just incredible, and I talk about it to nearly everyone because I'm not a big fan of mice. Not that anyone is, but they sort of repulse me a bit. Like I don't know how they cook in the kitchens out there. Like they're in the cots. They're in the babies' cots.
Wow.
Nibble on the babies' toes. Huh?
Yeah, come on.
There was a bloke telling me he was driving out west and he got to the end to his destination.
Yeah.
And his tyres are just red.
Oh,
True.
really? Yeah.
And
Was he singling them out though? Was he?
Swerving to.
There was a hit and run out there, and no, that was mice. I ran over a lot of mice.
But they're in a hell of a state, and the farmers are.
Which state is it? Is it South Australia? Or?
No, it's all out west. But I mean, the farmers.
Western New South Wales, yeah.
They've had a hell of a time.
Yeah.
Because first of all, what happened? The drought, worst drought I've ever seen.
Of course, yep.
Then they had, I don't know if there was floods, but then there was COVID. But a lot of the pickers for all the farms coming from people overseas, then they get a bumper crop. Oh, here you go, farmers. God's got you now, bloody field of fucking mice eating away all your crops.
And the babies.
And they're in the house. So they can't win, these poor bastards. They just can't win. And I feel really bad for them because I love the bushies out there. And but they're in the cots, these mice.
Unbelievable.
They're in a hell of a state out west there.
And
So
as a father, you would be able to relate to what that would be like to find mice in your son's cot.
you wake up and your son's missing half a toe. And it's not ideal, is it?
No, it would not be ideal.
Anyway,
or having a munch on one, he might be ripping in. He could be like a little snake.
I didn't realise they can't swim, but mice. They've been setting these big barrels up for them and then putting baits in them. But when the mice get in there, I always assumed that mice could swim.
I think mice can swim, but they can't get out of the barrels. They can't go up a vertical surface. I think that's how they're trapped.
Oh, so you reckon they can't tread water for too long?
No. They can
like
tread
that
for a bit.
Indiana Jones movie with the rats, isn't it, in the sewer?
Yes, in the Last Crusade,
and they're
the
swimming
rats,
around,
the
They're trying
petroleum.
to climb up, but they
That's right, yeah.
can't get up.
They,
Yeah, hell of a way to go, but this lady was talking about, this bloody Peter group was on there.
Peter, yeah.
We've
We've talked
spoken
about Peter
them before, but they were
Peter.
like, can't they more humanely? No, she said contraception. What does she want to do? Go around and put mini connies on all these mice?
No, I
You know
think
what I mean?
they meant for the farmers, so they don't have the babies, so the babies don't need to
Oh
get
dear,
eaten by
dear.
the mice.
There's no babies to get eaten by the mice.
Yeah.
That's how you solve the problem, yeah. Less humans.
But sometimes you just got to do the job, haven't you? They're rodents.
Well, farmers do.
Yeah.
That's a very
Yeah.
farmer. They're pests and stuff. That's what they do. So
Oh, they have to be.
Maybe they've missed the boat. I don't know. Maybe it's out of control now. They've got to do something more.
Well, it's at the point now that they literally move south. They've eaten every crop they can find. They'll eventually just die out for lack of food. Like it kind of solves itself to some.
Yeah. Or the cold. They reckon the cold might kill them. If
Yeah.
it gets cold enough, they reckon
Yeah.
the cold might kill
Or
them.
a flood.
Or a flood.
But I mean, the footage is insane. Like they go into these sheds, and the whole floor is just moving. It's just millions of mice. It's just insane.
If they did flood and they had to build a Noah's Ark, would you put 2 mice on it? If they were the cause, like because the flood gets rid of the plague, but then you still need to get 2 mice because you need to have every animal on the ark.
I'd leave them off, Joe.
Yeah.
I
wouldn't
mean,
be putting them on there.
They do provide food for a lot of different animals, but of course, I mean,
like snakes, like mice, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
You need a lot of owls and a lot of snakes out west.
Owls, love them.
What is something good that a mouse does? So they keep calling it
you can put them in a little wheel and just watch them run. It's nice,
Maybe that's
like having a little lava
They
lamp.
need a giant wheel so all the mice run on it and can like power the farms or something.
Power station.
Put them to work.
Done.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you know
Big
this
wheel.
as a you fellas, as you know, you're very, very intelligent. But they keep calling it the mouse plague. Shouldn't it be called the mice plague? What's the correct?
It's true. It's not just one mouse, is it?
No.
It's just one mouse running around, just having a.
And
having a field
these
day.
fucking reporters keep calling it the mouse plague.
I
True.
thought smallpox was the mouse plague.
Yeah. Was it?
Smallpox, because it was the plague, the Black Death, wasn't it?
Oh,
That was the plague that was spread by mice.
Yes,
Whereas this
rats
one
and
is-
mice and stuff. Yes, it was.
This one is a plague of
This is the actual plague
mice.
of. Yes.
plague of mice.
They can breed, can't they?
Oh, they can.
Sure can breed.
Very quickly, yeah.
The mother can carry up to, I think, 18 babies that she get them in a few days, I think. 3 days after being impregnated.
Jeez.
And does it? Is it really 3 days after being pregnant?
I think so.
That's insane.
Doesn't give her much time to change her mind, does it?
What, you got your first trimester on the first day, the second on the second?
15 minutes later, can we get to the clinic in time?
I've got to eat this baby, though. I don't know.
I just can't believe this PETA group. Like, I love animals, but not bloody rodents.
Especially
mice.
marinated. Yeah, go on.
They just, there's animals that you should look after, and there's some that are just, they're pests,
Yeah.
It's like you catch a European carp and you got to kill it legally.
Yeah, true.
You're not allowed to throw it back.
Nope.
So
if you catch a mouse, I imagine it's the same at the moment. You can't release it.
What, can't be released?
No. It's a life sentence.
Take
All
it to
right.
the bush and let it go again.
Well, I think we've covered that. I think we've solved the mice plague issue. We'll say mice plague. That's more accurate, I think, Mitch.
I think so.
We'll pass it on to some of the sub-editors at the newspapers and things so they can start getting it right. It brings us to our major point of discussion, which is was a bit of a gift from the gods, but I guess I'll let Joe tell the story. We have a piece of footage that we're going to be playing for you, the audience. You can make up your own mind. Joe, do you want to tell us about what happened to the other day?
Yeah, I will. So, it was Thursday, 9:50 a.m. I was driving from I was at work. I was driving from Glendale to Windale. I needed to go to the bathroom.
The two
so I was
Dales.
so I was from Wynn to Glen.
Yep.
And I went to the Stockland Glendale, the shopping centre there. Same place as the where I got called the hairy man that time.
That's right.
The other side of
hairy man.
different toilet area, but
Yeah.
second incident there.
Yep.
And I've gone in. Now there's a cubicle on the right, and it's the best one. There's 3 cubicles. I've taken a photo of the cubicles,
Okay.
Just to get some perspective.
You have like an arrow pointing up an arrow.
Yeah, I'll do all the necessary diagrams and stuff. So there's a good one on the end because it's like it looks like it's always occupied, but it's not. So it's the best one. So I've gone there, saw it was it was free, and I was like, here we go, great. But there's already a guy in the cubicle next to me, so I'm automatically thinking, well, like I feel sorry for this guy because I know what it's like when I think I've got the place to myself, and then someone comes in and you've got to sort of be a bit more
Discreet.
but you got to be more discreet. Exactly, that's what it calls for.
Yeah.
And so
Well, that's his home.
You're probably going to do a courtesy flush then.
Well, that came up. So I sat down and thought, oh, here we go. So I've started, and that was my first thought. I was like, oh, that's got a bit of, after the Pfizer vaccines, a bit going on. So I thought about doing a courtesy flush, but then I've noticed that there's this shadow on the floor, and the guy next to me was masturbating, clearly, visibly masturbating, right next to me. And I wasn't sure at first, like, Well, at first I wasn't sure what was going on. I was in a bit of shock. I was like, is this actually happening? Is there something else going on? But it's clearly, as you'll see from the footage, it's clearly a penis and it's clearly being masturbated. And then I wasn't sure, like, does he want me to, am I supposed to join in? Is it one of those, like, cruising things where, like, guys, you know, he's found the right lighting and he's like, come on, let's...
Yeah, right, join in
put a
kind of
hand
thing.
under or something, or just, Anyway, so he went at it for a while. I obviously filmed it. That was my first instinct.
No noise
very
at all?
quiet as a mouse.
No material.
No,
And,
fap.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope. He's got it.
Fapless.
He's got it down.
Down to a fine art, yes.
So, yeah, he finished up, and then I'd filmed, but then I still had things to do, so I'd stopped filming at this point. But then I thought, I've got to get out here and get this guy. I've got to see who this guy is. So, within like less than 10 seconds or so of him flushing, like I was out as well, but he didn't wash his hands. He'd taken off. So I followed him out, and I had a look around. I looked up to the right, and I just saw a guy at the end of the corridor out in the car park smoking a cigarette. And then looked down to the left, and I saw this guy like right near the end of the corridor, mask on, and he's in these Nike shoes that were clearly him, took off around the corner. So yeah, I didn't get a good look at the guy, but I sort of got a fair idea, and I think he was a sort of like a mid-sized sort of Asian man, short hair, wearing a mask for some reason. He was COVID safe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But one, you shouldn't do it anyway in a public toilet. And the second point is that if someone comes in next to you, you definitely stop.
It's not really the right environment for a lot of reasons, but unless that's what you're into. But like, it's a public bathroom. You don't know who's been there before. I'd just taken a shit. So like there's smells there. This guy came in and started pissing halfway through, like in the urinal outside. So like
There's a lot of distractions.
it's not an arousing place.
There's a covering all bases in there. One's doing the shit, one's doing the piss, and the other bloke's
jerking
You've
off.
covered everything.
Well, I was wondering, like, was this like, because the time on my phone said 9:52 a.m. and I'm like, well, was this like 9:45 or something? Was that like meet here at this time for a good time? And I've turned up, and this guy's thought I was the guy that's gone to meet him, but then it turns out the guy that turned up for a piss was the guy, and he was late or something. He's like,
It was a bit late, yes.
I was meant to get in that one, but he missed out. So maybe it was like one of those meet-up things, and I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
You must have felt uncomfortable too. Did you feel uncomfortable?
No, not really. I mean, I did a bit, but I was just in shock. It wasn't until I washed my hands, walked outside, and then reviewed the footage that I had a little chuckle to myself. But I was a bit shook before that point. And then I've been back to Glendale since, and I'm trying to, I'm sort of scoping out the place to sort of...
We've got to find this guy.
Yeah. It's awkward because I am looking for an Asian man. And
Yes.
How long were you in there? How long would you say that went on for? Like that you were...
a couple of minutes.
Oh,
Yeah. I wasn't going to leave until he was done. But he
you must
finished
have
up
been
a lot.
quick, but you must have been quick yourself.
Well, I don't muck around in the image.
No, especially if you're in your own home, different story.
Yeah, even then, I don't really tend to... Depends if I get distracted, but... It's at the dog's bark. The dog's whinging.
Is that what that is? I thought I could hear.
Yeah, we've got a... Batman's in the studio.
Batman's
and
in
he's
the studio.
upset by the story.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what to think.
So, yeah, that was my story.
So
I
do
mean,
you think he was on a break at work? Do you think he worked there?
Yeah, well, that's the one of the theories.
I mean, that would make some sense because I just can't imagine, any other context in which it's early in the morning, you're at Glendale, and you urgently need to knock one out.
Yeah.
It has to be like, I don't know whether maybe he was looking through a Big W catalogue and skimming through the underwear section or something maybe, and you know what I mean, like
He was an adult.
yeah, I know.
He's not 14.
No, yeah.
Well, I hope he wasn't 14 because otherwise is that
How confident are we? He was an
we'll
adult.
run that one past the lawyers.
Yeah.
But legal department. I don't know. It was close to 10 o'clock. I'm like, does he start work at 10 o'clock? Do you have to be somewhere? Was his break at 9:30? I'm not sure.
I mean, that would make some sense. He hasn't been able to, have one off the wrist that morning. He does it every morning, and he's just got to go into the toilets. Can't start his day till he has a clear head.
Yeah, exactly. And he's had a stressful day, morning. You wouldn't believe it. The other thing is, because you watch the video, like you don't. It's hard to sort of get a perspective on where is he standing? Is he sitting?
Yeah, true.
Because it's very. It's like he couldn't have found better lighting to make his penis visible to me. Like, and he
Yep.
yeah, like, and
Maybe it was deliberate. Like,
If he's an
that's-
exhibitionist,
that's
maybe.
the thing.
Yeah, he might have got that might be his kink. Someone knowing he's masturbating. It did occur to me. Excuse me. It did occur to me that maybe he's just a very, very talented shadow puppeteer.
yeah, I have considered that as well.
That he was just doing it as a little bit of a prank. Like he's one of those guys that can kind of Abraham Lincoln, like those sort of guys. He might have a way in which he can sort of make it look like he's masturbating, and it's his little party trick when someone comes into the cubicle next to him.
Yeah, that's a party trick.
And there's
right?
hundreds of people around the city with the same video on their phones.
Yeah.
This guy is like, oh, someone next to me.
The
Okay,
Phantom.
The old wanking, the old wanking puppet.
stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, not to me, Glenda, though. So, yeah, I'm going to do some more investigation.
Yeah.
Test out some lighting and just sort of see. So, was he standing? Was he sitting? He ran out, though. He didn't even wash his hands. He got out of there.
And did you get the impression he completed?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. But you couldn't have just full mast and then just tucked it in and taken off. Like, that's...
If you zoom into the footage, it might be evident. There might be a slight shadow of the ejaculate.
Well, I stopped filming after. Like, I got it...
Oh, okay.
I didn't film the whole thing.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there is some footage
But
missing.
it did seem to wrap up quite quickly.
Yeah, right.
But maybe he realised it was getting close to 10 o'clock and he's like, I've got to get back. Lunch break's at 12. I'll finish it off then.
Yeah. He was meeting a client at 10. Yeah, he's a solicitor. I don't know. It's
Not sure.
Backstory.
Yeah. But he might have worked out there. I'm not too sure what he was doing.
Yeah.
I was hoping it wasn't like a Uber Eats delivery driver or something. Not to be racist, but
Disgusting. There's disgusting behaviour, but isn't it really?
yeah. Well, I've shown a lot of people obviously, and that's the consensus that it's not.
I mean, the thing
Not
about
cool.
public toilets is, though, like, they call them public toilets. And, like, I guess I was reading an article recently about it was an NRL player who was having consensual sex in a bathroom stall with a woman and was filmed. And I don't know whether he actually got any trouble. The theory was it was a Parramatta Eels player.
He did get a little bit of trouble.
I'm like, are public toilets really public? I mean, you can't go and shit in the park in front of people, but you can shit in a toilet. So are they public or not? Like, which is it?
Well,
like, if you can take a dump, which is supposedly a private act, why can't you have a wank?
You want to call it a private toilet?
Yeah.
I think there's just an etiquette.
Yeah.
And people cross that line all the time. Like, there's people that...
It is barricaded, no one should be looking under necessarily. I mean, the shadow's
I
unfortunate.
didn't look under. That shadow was in my...
It was falling into
that was
your
on
stall.
my stall. Yeah, that's my shadow.
That's evident from the video. But you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, where's the line?
Well, people shit deliberately on, like, the seat and stuff. They'll piss all over the bowl. Like, I remember at the airport once, and I was just like, someone had just clearly, like, there's no way they accidentally got that much urine everywhere else. It was just pissed
do it,
everywhere.
Yeah.
So, like, people do like to sort of flaunt
Yeah.
the rules.
The rules,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
it's this sort of, I don't know, it's this rule we've made, I guess, in regards to, the decorum of, how the toilets operate. But they're not really a public space. They're an enclosed, barricaded space with a partition so you can't see in. So,
yeah,
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like, can you have your cake and eat it too?
not in the toilet. But maybe this guy would. I mean, it doesn't seem like he has many boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't wash his hands.
We'll do some more investigation. We might have to get some of take some of the studio lights perhaps or maybe even in the studio, get the toilet cubicle partition and reenact the lighting and do more of a forensic investigation.
We'll get a puppet master in or something like to sort of see if it can be done.
Yeah.
And,
Can Super Hubert do shadow puppets? We'll get someone, children's entertainer.
I don't know if I want to take him in there. I think it's a bit...
I massaged him once.
You told us that, I
Skin
think.
and bone.
Yeah.
Was he? Yeah, nothing of him.
I thought he had big biceps. You're saying they're fake.
Did he?
Skeleton.
Was he wearing a suit?
No, you remove the suit.
Okay. Did he walk in wearing a big, like, tip-top loaf of bread? Remember he used to walk around the footy in the tip-top thing and you'd throw out 3 loaves of bread into the... This was going back when the Hill was still at the Knight Stadium. He'd run around and just,
A very unlikely success story. And
Yeah, no.
it depends how you consider that
Oh,
success or not. But, like, he doesn't actually do anything.
No.
He's just weird.
His whole shtick is that he's not a great musician. Like, he's sort of... Magician. He sort of does tricks, but he kind of fucks them up.
Yeah.
So he's sort of like an anti...
But is he in on the
Magician.
joke?
I think he is. I don't know.
Super Hubert. Because is his name actually Hubert?
I'm not sure. Do you remember what he was booked in under?
Nah.
I
I think we looked it up once. I think we...
Mr. Hubert.
He's a local celebrity, but isn't he?
He is, yeah. But quite a lean gentleman, by the sounds of it.
Well, there's just nothing there.
Nothing there. Just ribs and...
Massaging bone.
Yeah, just working the bone.
You're a bit tense there. You're a bit of tension here. That's my rib cage. That's my...
It's my scapula, yeah. Let's get right in there. Oh, that's a lung. Okay. Well, okay. Well, yes, we'll look more into the public masturbation thing. We'll see if any developments. I mean, we know what the shoes were. We have a slight description. We'll start to narrow it down.
Yeah. If you know the guy, just have a word with him.
And tell us what your thoughts are. If you're noticing anything in the video that we're missing, perhaps that might help us find the guy, please comment and below on the video.
If you think it's okay, let us know.
Yeah. Is wanking in public toilets specifically, acceptable? If shitting is, why not masturbation?
He's giving a thumbs up in it. He looks like his thumb's really into it when he's doing it. I don't know if that upsets Mitch or not, but like he was certainly giving me the old...
I want a more considered response.
Yeah.
From the masturbator, says Mitch.
Yep.
Well, that covers that, I think. Mitch, before we go, I actually don't know what this story is, but you said that you had wanted to tell us about the Indian thing.
Ah, yeah. Well...
and then we'll go out on that. You've got an anecdote. Did something happen to you recently to do with it?
Well, I think it was quite... I was not upset. I don't know. Here's what happened.
Okay.
So, I got a bit of cash in my wallet, right? Paid for me Indian.
Yep.
Got the card out because I needed the cash for something else. And then he goes to me, oh, no, cash if you got it. Looks into my wallet.
Oh, cheeky.
I thought that was fucking ordinary from him.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, that felt like my private space. And then, because I had the cash for the dog wash, you know, something you just need cash for.
Yeah.
But that's not up to him to look into my wallet and see that. I thought that was a bit rude, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, most places aren't accepting cash now because of the COVID thing, obviously. So that's the first thing. Secondly, did you give him the cash?
No, after that, no, it was more of a
Took your
reason
meal and didn't pay. It's like, fuck it.
Yeah. I haven't got it. Because he can't challenge you on that, obviously.
No,
Like, you can't
we
ask
can't
to
tell
see
you.
it.
No, I just thought that's like it's like someone looking at your phone over your shoulder.
Yeah.
I just thought, hey, that's pushing me the boundaries a little bit.
How much cash did you have?
Oh, it might have only been $20 or $30. Well, more than enough to cover the dinner.
Yeah.
And
Cash if you got it.
yeah,
it's a bit
cash
tricky,
if you
yeah.
got it. No, but that's after him looking like.
He saw you had the cash and then kind of said,
I
oh, I
get my
prefer...
card and you see the cash, and I just thought
Yeah.
that was a bit. Was a bit rude, to be honest.
Bit cheeky.
Cheeky, yeah. And
You feel a bit violated.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was the story. Not much to it, was
As
there?
you paid with the card, you should have said, no, I'm paying this so that you have to pay tax on this. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing it for you.
Do you think he was going to do a little stinky under the... Like he just pockets it in the way he goes?
Of course.
Or
That's
do you
why
think it's just because he doesn't want to pay
why else would he prefer
surcharges
cash?
or something?
Oh, I think it's probably, you know...
So that's the only question I was asking is, did the man overstep the mark, or has I been a bit sensitive by that?
No, I know where you're coming from. I would have thought that was a little bit rude.
I think it probably is a bit rude, but at the same time, you have a lot of issues with payment with food. There's been a few, because there was a guy a few weeks ago, or months ago now, years ago now,
the sushi
with the sushi, because he wouldn't give you the
bag
product until you'd actually the transaction had gone ahead.
handed the money. Yeah.
Well, that was a disgrace.
Yeah, I feel like you go a bit heightened when you go into these things.
It's
You're
like
already
money before I released the sushi.
Like
He didn't trust you.
nah, and this is going there every day. Like one bag of $3.50. You know, what do you think I'm that hard up for a bit of food that I'm? Got to run off with the tuna and cucumber sushi roll.
I think someone hurt that man. They hurt that man badly. He will never trust another living human being.
Back 20 years ago, a man ran off with a tuna and cucumber sushi. That $3.50 I'll never see again. You know, I'm never going to take the risk.
And you had another run-in with an Indian restaurant where at the meat, what do you want? 3 meats and rice. What do you want? 3 meats and rice.
What do you want? Then I went, 3 meats and rice. He said, what do you want?
What meats?
So I was like the vindaloo, the butter chicken. Yeah, that is a theme. Sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
You're the only person I know that gets like tellable anecdotes just from buying food somewhere.
And you work in
It's
the
like-
service industry. So
I
you've
always
been on the
struggle
other
to-
side of it.
I struggle to think of things to talk about. But it's like, I just need to sort of, offering to carry someone's Coke for them and the old lady,
that's
the old
true.
lady and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
There's always these little interactions at the point of sale for Mitch. It's just it's a treasure trove. It's a treasure trove of anecdotes.
We
It's
need more
amazing.
material for the podcast. Sorry, boys. I'll duck there and get a takeaway.
I got a kebab somewhere.
It's one of the most automatic things you do where you don't think about it.
No.
You don't even...
I never have anything happen.
Actually, I had the other day,
Yes.
standing there, my blatant to put my groceries on the end of the register, but now the person before has to go to the other end, and you can't move into that aisle
Yeah.
where the lady's doing the transaction. Like, you know what I mean?
It's at the
So-
checkout, do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you got the aisle, the checkout. The
Yes.
checkout lady's there.
Yep.
I'm standing here at the end.
Yes.
I'm not allowed to move up to the side anymore. I have to wait till that person
Oh, sure. Yeah.
is finished.
Yeah.
So I'm here.
Yeah.
And then this lady's like, I can feel someone's looking at me, but she's got her head like right over going like this. And she's going, are you right? Are you right? Because she wants to put her things down. And then I just didn't say anything. But for COVID, I know that the checkout lady would tell me to go back anyway.
Yeah.
So she got upset with me about that.
Dear me.
I was trying to do the right thing COVID-wise, but
Yeah.
obviously the lady behind me couldn't just carry. She had 2 bananas. That was too heavy for her. She wanted to put that on the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
It was too much for her to hold on to for another 20 seconds.
Outright.
Yeah. Well, she's only
Outrageous.
got 2 hands. She's going to have to pay at some point.
Anyway, she got upset with me, and I just said, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, look here, sweetheart.
Yeah.
No, anyway, yeah, you're right, but there's a theme going on there.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the problem.
I hope the theme continues. Yeah. Maybe. No, Mitch, I don't think you're the problem in any of these stories. I think you're always coming from a good place and an understandable place.
Actually, at the Chinese shop the other night.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a story, but they want cash as well. But you know when it comes to like $47.50 and you got a $50 note, what's the right thing to do there? Call it 50?
No.
Or you hang around for the $2.
Not in the
50?
restaurant because you're not getting any service.
This is takeaway. I had to go and get
Yeah.
takeaway.
Yeah, you don't need a
Takeaway.
tip for takeaway. No.
No, but when does it come to the point that surely at $49.20 you hand them the 50?
It's really an individual decision, Mitch. If,
Really?
if you're a fan of shrapnel or not a fan of shrapnel, some people don't
Yeah.
like shrapnel.
I just thought they were like, especially after they gave me a complimentary. What are those cookies they have?
Fortune cookies.
Fortune
Yeah,
cookies.
for Levi. See,
Oh, okay.
so they gave him the cookie,
Yep.
but I still waited for the $2.50 change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fortune cookie's not worth
So
$2.50.
she's given me something, but I haven't given her anything in return.
We gave her $47.50.
Yeah.
That's true.
You've paid
Yeah.
for food from there.
She should be happy.
I don't think they sell those fortune cookies.
No,
I think you'd have to
possibly
just-
not. No.
They wouldn't be able to. Can I get one fortune cookie, please?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like the prawn crackers that you get for free.
You can
over
buy
a
them, but
certain-
yeah.
But over, I know my mate, after he spends over $40 or $50, they put a bag in for you for the good, because you had a decent sale.
So if you'd given them the 50, he said keep. They might have also thrown in some, but you didn't get to that point because you were $47.50.
Yeah. And I don't think those cookies are worth a fortune.
Ah, yeah. Dear idea.
On that note.
Come
Yeah.
back with an Olympics session soon, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the Olympics coming up, so we will
Do you think there'll be a topic that'll really take up a lot of that episode?
potentially, Mitch. I don't know.
Anyway, it might be controversial, so make sure you tune in.
Might be.
No, you shake my hand before I give you the medal. No, you don't. I give you the medal, then you shake my hand. No, I want the medal first before I touch you.
Yeah.
Don't be able to shake hands, actually. We'll talk about it during the Olympics.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's so the Olympics coming up. But all right, that concludes this episode of Dictating Terms. Thank you for tuning in as always. We are on Spotify and Facebook and YouTube, whatever you preferred. On Apple as well, I think.
Apple.
Whatever your preferred channel happens to be. We do appreciate you tuning in and supporting the show. I've been Nick Milligan. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Nick.
And thank you, Mitch Power.
Nick, Joe.
Mitch, Nick.
Joe, Mitch, Joe. See you next time.